Hey guys, welcome in. It's your weekly dose of Trainer Talk Tuesday, and obviously as personal trainers, we are huge advocates of working out, but we also believe that your workout should be fun. So we're going to actually go over a few tips, a few pointers on how you can make exercise a little bit more enjoyable.
Absolutely, guys. So jumping right in, this is a topic that I was discussing with a few clients throughout last week. And this is one thing that I've always told people since I pretty much started working as a personal trainer. And one of the things that I learned over time is that, guys, one way that you can really make exercise fun for you guys, just to jump into some of these tips, is, guys, exercise with a friend or a spouse. Whether that's, a close friend of yours, a family member, or a significant other. But having somebody else join in on that journey, having a new bonding experience, new ways that you guys can experience each other, creates new talking points and new ideas and so on. But it's also a way to kind of take the idea of what you're doing, if it's not exciting to you, off your mind, and you can just focus on spending time with someone that you have value in.
Yep, guys, it's awesome to have that accountability partner. Actually, a lot of studies show that you're more likely to be successful. And if you don't have a close friend or your spouse that you would want to work out with, maybe you want to break away from your spouse and from your kids during that time, and you don't want to do that as your family time, then you can, number 2, join a class. Joining a class really allows you to get all the benefits of having that accountability, but it's going to build a community for you. So these people are, they're there with the same purpose. And when you surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and in this case, people who want to work out or be healthier, be stronger, lose fat, whatever that may look like, then your goal to do those things is more likely to actually come true. So really finding that community and tuning in and being actively involved in that is going to make you more successful. And of course, it makes it way more fun, because who doesn't love having the encouragement of your tribe who are really in there just, digging in with you. They're right there in the trenches with you, and they are encouraging you and helping you through your weak points and celebrating your strengths.
Yeah, guys, being communal in a lot of different things is very beneficial for you in the job or the task that it is that you're doing at the time. One thing that my clients are pretty much just blown away by is that when I'm in there and I'm spotting them in the gym, they find it so amusing how much more weight they can lift when they know that my hands are close by or just a fingertip. And I always laugh and joke with them like, hey, you got way too much confidence in me if you think I'm lifting this weight with just my fingertips. What it is, though, is that accountability, that extra person being in a room with you, it does something to your mental state where it forces you to get the best out of things. So that's why working in a class, in this case here, talking about fitness, joining a fitness class, can be highly beneficial. That's why things like the F45 is huge these days. Obviously, we all familiar with the CrossFit gyms. You have the Orange Theories classes, the Pilates classes, and so on, that are very, very successful because of the communal base of people being able to go through these experiences, especially if it's the first time, together, so that you can share into, oh man, this is really hard, or I excelled at this, or I increased my numbers here, so on and so on. To be able to share that experience with someone has been proven scientifically and just throughout experiences that I've had in the industry over and over again to be extremely beneficial for you when it comes to making your workouts fun. Now, jumping into number 3 here, this is something that pretty much these next 2 we can almost tie together, and that's going to be exercise without knowing it. And when we talk about exercise without knowing it, we're talking about getting up and doing things that's going to require you to have to be active. Whether that's going out and getting busy in the yard, doing some gardening, cutting your grass or something like that. Whether that's going out shopping and walking a lot of steps throughout the grocery store instead of ordering your groceries online and having them delivered to you. But doing something that's going to force you to get up and have to move your body the way it was intended to. And then when we talk about number 4 here, just to touch on it before Larissa takes over, play games, guys. And games can be things like, go out, kickball with the family, water games, anything you can think of that's gonna force you to really have to get up and move your body. Heck, get in the closet, dig out some of those old games like Twister and so on, and force yourself to have to move, but do it in a way that you're gonna be able to enjoy it, because it doesn't have to be something as redundant as going to stand at the gym and doing bicep curls all day. And I just use that as an example because that's what a lot of people think of when they talk about how boring working out is or how unfun it can be in their eyes. So exercise without knowing it, getting up, being as active as you possibly can. There's a plethora of different things to do. I probably can't even think of, 1% of those things that you guys can get out and do, but you know what it is in your life that you enjoy doing. And I'm asking you as a fitness enthusiast to get out and do those things more. Move your body, guys. Play games, create new bonding experiences, again, just like we talked about exercising with a friend, a family member, or a spouse, anything of that nature. All of these things are going to cater to your body being able to get up, burn calories, be active, and allow you to be in a better position instead of being so sedentary throughout the day.
Now guys, 3 and 4 points that Nate just went over go hand in hand, and just to kind of summarize it, I think it really just goes back to going back to our roots. Technology is great in a lot of ways, but it also has been a disservice to us when it comes to our activity level. A lot of us are all about convenience. We're very accustomed to being in front of a screen, and those things didn't exist really, honestly, not too long ago. This is like a new world of technology where we're always plugged in, and that wasn't always the case. I remember even growing up that we didn't really have access to things like that. And so if you're older than us, then you definitely remember these things just were obsolete. They were not even a thought. And if we can try to go back and start doing things the way that they were done before, because there was nothing wrong with us getting dirty and taking care of our own lawns, and not just mowing our own grass, but gardening and planting our own food. These things are actually incredibly beneficial for us, for our health, for our well-being in general. And so if we can start going back to those things and find enjoyment out of them like we used to, instead of depending and being so reliant on technology, then we would be better off for it. Number 5 here, the very last point, is that if you want to make your workouts fun, then you need to reward yourself. And, this is going to look different for everybody. What that may be for you may not be the same for me. So maybe let's say your goal is to work out every single day for, we'll say 21 days straight. You're doing a challenge and you're going to commit to not missing a day, even if it just means you're going on a walk. You're going to do something that's active every single day. Well, at the end of the 21 days, maybe you go get a massage because you're going to be sore. Maybe you take a hot bubble bath. Maybe, I don't like to say to reward yourself with food. I kind of like to get away from that concept because we're not dogs. We don't reward ourselves with things like that. But doing things that are still going to be beneficial to our goals that we're going to enjoy. And, splurge on yourself a little bit. Do something that, you don't get to do often, but that you're absolutely going to love the experience. So think of what that may look like for you and kind of set a goal for yourself that you can look forward to this opportunity if you hold yourself accountable and do what you set out to do.
All right, I'm going to rewind back real quick before we wrap it up, because I had one, picture in mind when we were talking about play games, exercise without knowing it, and we were talking about going back to your roots. I think about this one picture that floats around on the internet I see posted every now and then, and it says the first PlayStation, and it's just like a tree that's halfway knocked over, and it's basically just like something that kids can just climb up and play on. And they talk about this was a PlayStation when we were kids. So that's kind of what we're talking about. Just like, guys, get out there, use your body. As nice and as great as technology is, as much as it helps us, even with running our business here today and being able to do the things we do, being able to move down here to Florida from home, but be able to still be tied to our clients back home in Indiana and still be able to help them reach their goals. Technology is great, but also it can be a hindrance as well as far as making things a little bit too convenient. Like I said, ordering groceries, especially if they're not even going to be healthy groceries. You're going to order a bunch of things that's going to cause your body to have negative reactions over time, and then you're not even active on top of it, you know? So it's just like, it just doesn't work, guys, especially long term. And again, science proves this. It doesn't have to be something that we debate about. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. And when it comes to rewarding yourself, I'm so glad Larissa said, let's get out of the food idea of rewarding yourself. Like, we're trying to deprive your body of having these things so that you're not craving it and trying to rely on it, but getting your body used and more accustomed to having more essential things that's going to help your organs function. It's going to help prolong your lifespan, so on and so on. So reward yourself by, you know, it's about, when you get into fitness, guys, it's really about sacrificing some things when you're trying to better your health. That's one thing we talked about with the financial video of people think they don't always have the finances, but we say, hey, you know, you got to cut back on some things, and then you'll find that you have some financial, some extra finances there to put towards it. So same thing here. Instead of trying to reward yourself with, or trying to do something that is not going to be as beneficial for you, even if that's not even your health, but might not be beneficial for your spending habits. You may be spending too much money, maybe trying to save. Well, now if you force yourself to have to be a little bit more active, get more accustomed to that, obviously you're bettering your health. There's multiple benefits from it. And then you allow yourself to have that thing that you enjoy doing so much just once, every so often. You're going to even be able to enjoy that more, because it's going to be more viable. It's going to be more exciting to do because you love doing it and you don't do it as much. And then also, you're going to be saving money too at the same time, regardless of what that reward is almost, because it's probably going to be something you have to dig down into your wallet and pay for. So you can save yourself some extra money. You can enjoy the things you like to do even more because you're not doing it as often, and you can be better in your health, guys. So these are just 5 tips that can help you really try to increase the excitement and working out and living a healthier, more fit lifestyle.
And that actually just reminded me of something that you guys may want to try. I see people doing things like this and, you know, have heard good feedback about it. You know, you can even play a little game with yourself or with your spouse or your friends, like where you guys put your money where your mouth is. You know, like maybe you keep a jar. You've ever heard of like a swear jar? Maybe you have a workout jar that every single day that you work out, you're going to put $1 in there. You're going to put $0.25 in there, or whatever it's going to be, right? Whatever you have, and then you're going to build up this jar, then that can fund whatever you want to do. Maybe that pays off a debt. Maybe that gets you a massage. You know, maybe you do splurge. But whatever that looks like for you, then you can really, you know, set that money aside to say, okay, I'm going to use it for this particular thing, but I earned it. And you see the visual of what that looks like every single day. And so it's going to make you not want to miss that workout, right? Especially if you're doing it in the community that we talked about and you're competing. You know, maybe you guys all do it and you do a weight loss thing, and whoever wins the weight loss challenge, they keep all the money. You know, make it fun, have a little competition, keep it friendly, but make yourself accountable and you know, get creative when it comes to rewarding yourself. So,
yeah. So guys, real quick recap. Number 1, number 2, exercise with a friend, family member, or spouse, or join a class. Meaning, guys, don't do it alone. Get out in the community of people that's going to be supportive of you and that's going to have that same drive that you have to better themselves in that area. Number 3, exercise without knowing it and play games, guys. So those are 3 and 4 to be exact. Those are things that you can do that is going to add more activity to your life rather than just being sedentary, sitting on the couch all day. Maybe, guys, this can be even something as far as taking the stairs versus the elevator at work, if it makes sense to. Or maybe you just take it if you work way up too high. You know, I don't know a lot of you guys' situation, but just trying to touch on as much as I can right now. But maybe you take half the flight, take the elevator halfway up, you walk the other half. These are just some things that you can do that can kind of help you be more active without you knowing it. And then playing the games, that's something that can be fun. You're still being active, but it doesn't have to be the redundancy in your mind of going to the gym and doing a bunch of exercises that you're just not feeling good about doing at the current moment, but you can still be active in other ways. And then lastly, reward yourself in a way that, you know, you like to. That can be different, or that's probably different for everyone. It's different for me, it's different for Larissa, and we know that's probably different for you as well. But find what those things are and make it a priority to do, and see if you find working out a lot better. See if you find the numbers on the scale starting to change, your overall drive and just mindset of wanting to do these things start to increase, so on and so on. But we wanted to give you a couple tips on how you can make these workouts fun and just try to get healthier without having it feel like it's such a boring and redundant experience.
All right, guys, that's it. Join us same time, same place for your weekly dose of Trainer Talk Tuesday. Until next time.
All right, guys, have a good one and stay warm.
Yep.